Hello everyone, my name is Anderson, and welcome back to the second part of adverbs lesson. And let's start. Beforehand, I'd like to review about the need of adverbs. Why do we need adverbs? An adverb adds more detail in a verb, and the adverb can be placed after a verb. You spoke. How? Quickly. This is the adverb before a verb. You, how? Quickly spoke. So, before a verb. After an object. You spoke everything. But how? Quickly. After an object. This is the adverb. After an adverbial. You spoke everything to the teachers quickly. Everything to the teachers quickly. Adverbial. To the teachers quickly. Very good. Again, this lesson will mainly cover adverbs of manner. For those who did not watch the first part of the lesson, please go back to the website and watch the first part first, because the first part will explain the details of adverbs and the adverbs of manner. So please do watch the first part and come back to this video again. Thank you. And adverbs of manner always followed by the question how. But how can I read this book as an example? How can I read this book? The answer might be to read it carefully. Sorry about that. Carefully. So, we can find one adverb in this sentence. Where is it? Very good. This one is the adverb. Yeah? Read it. How? Carefully. Okay? Very good. So let's have a look at the example. So he wrote a letter. One more time. He wrote a letter. But how? How? He wrote a letter thoughtfully. He wrote a letter thoughtfully. So he wrote a letter, but how? Thoughtfully. Okay? So this one, just like wanted to just tell the meaning, but being kind and very generous, that's like thoughtful behavior, okay? Very good. And let's move on to the next example. So she received the gift. She received the gift. I don't know what kind of the gift is, but she received the gift. The gift. But how did she receive the gift? She received the gift happily. Happily. One more time. She received the gift, but how? Happily. Okay? Happily is the adverb of this sentence. Happily. Very happy. Okay? Very good. Move on to the next one. A helicopter took off to the air. A helicopter took off to the air. Have you ever heard the helicopter took off to the air and takes off to the air? It's really loud and noisy. Okay, a helicopter took off to the air, but how? A helicopter noisily took off the air. One more time. A helicopter noisily took off the air. Took off the air, but how? Noisily. Told you. So, sorry about that. So, took off, but how? Noisily. Before the verb, yes? Okay, move on. The last one, just like he called me loudly. So, oh my. Okay. So he called me. He called me, but how? Loudly. He called me, but how? Loudly. So here's the subject, verb, and object. But as I told you before, the adverb can also be placed after an object. Okay? So he called me, but how? Very loudly. Okay? Very good. So let's practice a little bit. My favorite singer sang a song at the concert yesterday. So my favorite singer is the subject. Yeah. Sang. What did she do? What did she or he do? Sang a song. But how? How did they sing a song at the concert yesterday? Thoughtfully, noisily, loudly, happily. Which adverbs do we have to use? Thoughtfully, noisily, loudly, happily. My favorite singer sang a song happily at the concert yesterday. Sang a song, but how? Happily, okay? Next one. My teacher gave me an advice. My teacher is the subject here. Gave me an advice. It must really precious and very good. So, which adverbs do we have to use in this sentence? Thoughtfully, noisily, loudly, or happily? Okay. My teacher thoughtfully gave me an advice. Gave me, but how? Thoughtfully. Gave you an advice. Thoughtfully. Okay? Very good. My brother played a music really. Okay. So we need to find an adverb like here. Okay. My brother, played a music, but how? Really? Thoughtfully? Noisily, loudly, happily. Which adverbs do you have to use? Yes. The answer is my brother turned on played a music really loudly, but play the music, but how? Loudly, really loudly. Okay. Last one. He complained about his new apartment. So he is the subject. Complained about his new apartment. But how did he complain about his new apartment? How? This is the point. This is the point of these whole two lessons. Thoughtfully, noisily, loudly, happily. Which one do we have to use? Which adverbs? Okay, the answer is he noisily complained about his new apartment. Complain, but how? Noisily. Oh, you know what? I don't like this apartment because of that, because of this, because of that, because of this. I'm very angry. Noisily complain, but how? Noisily about his new apartment. Okay, very good, everyone. Well done, and go back to the website and go back to the website and let's solve the quiz together. Okay, thank you very much and bye bye.